Okay, so I believe I am officially live. I mean, I think I'm live. It seems to be working out okay. Yeah, so no one's here yet. That's okay. Just, talk to myself because that's all I need to do, really. Talk to myself by myself anyway, so might as well talk to myself in front of a camera. And now that we have that awkward introduction out of the way, that wasn't actually an introduction. That was just a ramble. My name's Lauren, if you're new here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about July. I know it's actually now August, but due to me actually working, I wasn't really able to do anything on the last day of July or the first, the second. I was planning on filming yesterday, and then that just didn't happen. So here I am today, better than ever, and, let's just talk about it. So this month seems like a really long month. Because, first I didn't work for the first couple weeks. I only started working the 15th. Yikes, I don't remember because I was supposed to work 1 week and then I got canceled. Yeah, so the first week, the opening week of July, the week of the 4th, I wasn't working. But that was fun because, on the 4th, my family went to the city, went to the Met. Because, we literally parked in front of the Met, like on that street by the big entrance, which I didn't even know you could do, but I guess you can park everywhere on a super holiday, which made my dad very happy. And it made me happy because then I could just walk right there. Walking. And then that same day we went to see fireworks with one of our cousins in Livingston. Sorry if I'm a little all over the place with this video. It's really hot out today, but I turned off the air conditioner because I want to make sure you can hear my voice. So if I suddenly start looking really worn out, that's what's up. And just, understand that I'm doing this for your audio benefits whenever you end up watching this. So, I'm really suffering for your ears. And then I actually traveled pretty soon after that to go see my friend Kelly in Newtown, Pennsylvania. I had been going to stay there while I was working a week in Princeton, but that week ended up getting canceled. But I still went down to see her for a couple days since we've been planning on it, and we hadn't been able to catch up all summer. She's a college friend, so obviously not in the area of South Orange, and that was really cool. Always fun to see a new place, and I got to see Rocket Man while I was there with her mom, which was fun. I hadn't seen it yet, and I literally have been listening to Elton John and the soundtrack from Rocket Man ever since. I listened to it this morning. I became kind of obsessed. I didn't realize so many songs that I knew were Elton John songs, and now I do, and I can never let it go, ever. Sort of unrelated, because it's not a place anymore that I went to, but I also did watch Bohemian Rhapsody this month. And kind of I saw Rocket Man, and then I was gotta see the other one, right? I didn't like it as much. It was still really good, but I like the musical aspect of Rocket Man, I think. I am a musical fan, and, people just breaking into dancing and singing scenes with no reason whatsoever is my jam. If that happened in real life, I don't even know what I would do. I would hope, obviously, join in. Hopefully, I'd be in cue and in sync with the magical dancing and everything. But that would be great. But I liked that about Rocket Man. And I liked that it was, I can't pronounce his name, Taser Egerton? I can see it, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I liked that it was him singing, whereas in Bohemian Rhapsody, they did the whole voice blending thing. So it was a little different kind of a movie. But still, both are really good. It's really interesting that we all want to see movies about real people now, and they're fake documentaries, because obviously it's not a documentary, but it's still, when you're watching, you're oh, was this based off a real thing? How much of it is, extended for the movie? How much of it is was actually there? And I think that goes back into how life makes some of the best stories. I know when I read scripts, I always try to draw on something that actually happened, because whatever I can come up with for my real life is definitely better than what I could make up when it comes to a story that's supposed to be semi-realistic. Obviously, if you're making a story that takes place on Venus, I have no real experience there, but I can still draw upon like the interpersonal relations from a real life interaction. And I think that's probably what people are appeals to people now with we're watching all these not biopics, but whatever it's supposed to be. I'm all over the place. Sorry. Let's see. I did actually end up going to the cloisters in July, which is part of the Met, but I don't go there as often because they're not like together. So even though your ticket I think can get you in both places, like it's not that often that you really go to both places in the same day. And the cloisters are really cool because it like looks like this old like monastery, but it was really all built or places were brought over for art. Like, it was built to be a museum that looks like it wasn't supposed to be a museum. And that's very cool to me. And I love all like the medieval art and all like the religious pieces and everything. There were a couple like really tiny like Torahs or like Jewish books, which are always interesting. Like I don't feel like I see that much like Jewish art. So even just like the Torahs with their illumination were like very interesting to see because every time you go to a museum, you're going to see all like the Jesus paintings and the Mary and Jesus and all the saints. And I love all those pieces. But, to get a little bit more like well-rounded religious background within museums, I think is a really nice thing. And I just like love art in general. I could look at like whether it's a sculpture or a tapestry. The cloisters do have the famous unicorn stuff, which just makes me think of the Magic Tree House, even though that's like a positive thing, whereas the unicorn like series of like tapestries are actually very sad because it's all about the unicorn being like lured in by the beautiful woman and then being killed. Not so fun. But I can just admire the beautiful like artistry of the work, regardless of the sad meaning behind it, which is nice. Also, I'm looking off screen because I have my little notes of what I want to say. So as far as books that I read this month, I didn't really read anything new. Along with I kind of just reread Emma again. I've read that so many times, but it's one of the few books that I keep on my phone so I can read it wherever I am if I need some time. It's one of the few books I downloaded. I have Pride and Prejudice and Emma. That is few because it is two. I also reread Lolita, which I hadn't read in a while, and I know it's like a weird story, but honestly, the writing is so beautiful that I think it makes up for the weird story as far as like reading goes. And it was fun to read it on the train and wonder and I was like wondering why I'm reading this book. So I did see the big movie of July, obviously, was The Lion King, the new one. I saw it. I saw it Thursday night, like the Thursday night of like the Friday opening weekend, which was amazing. I feel like no one should really listen to me like as far as a real review goes because as a Disney obsessed person, I'm just gonna love it regardless. I actually use like my Disney reward points from those digital movies to get like a giant theatrical poster of the new Lion King, the one with like Mufasa and Simba like looking out at the sun. Just my heart, I thought it was really good. I loved the little detail things that were the same exactly pretty much as from the animated movie. And I loved how they did things that were different purposely from the animated movie that if you like watch and know the story really well, you're going to be like, that's different. I thought that was really cool. The one thing I wasn't so sure about was Beyonce's song Spirit. It's a great song and I liked it, but I don't really like it in context with the movie. And maybe that's just because it's so different than all the other music that you're hearing. I'm not sure. I was really hoping that they were going to have Nala sing Shadowlands from the musical, but they didn't. And I guess to be fair, like it is like Simba's story, but I think that still would have been a really nice addition that, they just missed an opportunity for, especially because I bet Beyonce would have sounded so good on that song. But, I understand they have to also keep it a certain length, and Nala is not the main character, which they did, I think, on Broadway try to make her a little bit of a character. In the movie, she has a couple independent scenes, but for the most part, you really just see her with Simba, which is fair. In a Disney princess movie, you don't really see the prince that by himself too often. He's definitely more of a minor character. Like Sleeping Beauty is probably the one where you see him the most off, like away from Aurora because he's battling and everything like that. I also saw Gosford Park, which is not a new movie, but it was the first time I'd seen it. And it was one of those movies that you realize you watch like too much Downton Abbey and British TV when you start recognizing like the same actors and actresses. And I'm just like, wow, But it's also like a great moment, you know? It's one of those I'm watching too much of this and I'm not watching enough because I'm not recognizing everybody. So one day maybe I'll watch a movie and actually recognize every single actor, and maybe that's a good thing, and maybe that'll be a realization that I'm watching too much British TV. But I really don't watch that much TV in general, so I'm not sure if it'd be too much like British TV or just, I totally lost my train of thought. I don't know even why I did. I think I looked over and saw like something that I thought was a bug, but it was actually just something on my desk that's been there for all time. Fantastic. As far as music goes, I think the two newish songs, well, one song I had discovered is Waking Up by Fly By Midnight, and I'm not exactly sure why I like it so much, but it's like really like has like a nice little groove, and it's fun to listen to in the morning because it's relatively chill, even though it's like a fast moving song. It's not like super loud. It doesn't get all like rough anywhere. You can just kind of relax my morning routine with it. I did not discover this song, but I am a fan of Taylor Swift's Archer. I think it's beautiful. Her voice is so raw on it. And I cannot wait for the rest of the album, honestly. Like August 23rd, I'm pretty sure this one's coming out. Cannot come soon enough. And then I am buying concert tickets. I mean, they're going to be expensive, but that's why I'm working. So I can afford these things. The other song that is not new that I am also obsessed with right now, and I have been for a couple of weeks, is Billy Joel's River of Dreams. I have no clue why I like rediscovered it. Maybe I heard it on like Sirius XM or something, but I've been listening to it a lot. It's another one that I can just kind of like groove along to in the morning when I'm like all bleary-eyed and need something to keep me going, and that is Billy Joel. As far as work goes, I've been working for 3 weeks now. I have 2 more weeks of work, and I'm back in Montclair. I did work 1 week in New York City, and I liked the commute. It was kind of fun. I got to take the train in with my dad, but I am excited to not have to worry, like, wonder if the trains get canceled or delays or anything. I just have to get in the car, and then I have to deal with traffic and parking. But, let's think about the positives right now. And it's kind of crazy that I only have 2 more weeks left to work because as soon as work ends, then I'm moving into school. So when you see my August thoughts video, I'll be back at school, back at Temple. Insane. The summer has been going by like both slowly and quickly in that way that like maybe some days it feels like nothing's happening, but then all of a sudden it's like August. So, I'm going to miss my colleagues, but hopefully we'll stay in touch at least a little bit. And yeah, that kind of wraps us up. I know this probably wasn't one of my better videos, but it's really hot out and I am really trying. I'm planning on recording another video today, actually. I'll probably like change those so other people don't realize that it's filmed the same day, but I do not want another Tuesday night recording for Wednesday again. And anyways, if somehow you stuck around this long in this video and you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Hit the bell so that you can get notified whenever I'm doing my next live stream. And I will see you next time, or I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Ending the stream.